It's kind of a funny story. Backtrack a little bit. I was in the Navy and I got out and was looking to start a career in construction. I looked into solar, seemed to be booming, so I turned into a class, took that with the GI Bill for a little bit. Then I started just working on some houses. Couldn't really get a solar a job right out of the Navy. And then I started searching Craigslist on a whole different scenario for a room to rent. And I ran into one of our lead designers, John Stemmerman. And lo and behold, he actually works for a solar company. So put in my resume, ended up not getting called for a while. So I sat at Kent's desk for about 3 hours one day, waited for him to come in, and he said I could start the next day. So it's kind of a funny story how it all turned out. So I started out being told I was going to be working part-time, just a laborer, and I started out at Salk Institute, which is a really reputable place to be starting out doing solar at, world renowned actually, and learned how to do all the racking that Kent brought into play with this whole solar industry, and then thereafter became a lead of a commercial construction crew up in U.S. Foods in La Mirada and in Arizona, and came back and did a few commercial jobs here and there at schools, parking structures, and then kind of slowed down the commercial work for a little while and became a ground mount lead because the racking kind of coincided with each other, except for we're just going into the ground with it now. And got a few guys in pickup truck, a jackhammer, a few shovels, and went to work. Mainly out of the Rancho Santa Fe area. That's where you get into the bulkier, 50, 100, 200 something panel jobs. Some of the houses actually needed upwards of 300, but they just couldn't fit it on their property. So there's one down in Rancho Bernardo that was probably our biggest one. I think it was 220 something panels, but the way that it was built, 700 feet of trenching to include the guys, golf course, and just the way that we had to excavate the land and clear the brush. It was just a huge job, and it was a really good thing to be a part of. Due to the structure, the way that it's built, the keen eye that we have for details, just you don't want anything to be an eyesore. And when it comes to the ground mount stuff, it really, we try to hide a lot of it to most customers that don't like to see it. But when you do have to see it, it shouldn't be thin steel. It shouldn't be something that you can touch that moves with the wind. Something that might have something blow off of it at some point. So we want it to look as good as possible because it is going to be part of your structure now. It's going to be part of a lot of curb appeal houses, and better look pretty good, and it better stay that way. That's the biggest thing. Just all the planning coordination that goes into them. It's not just a cookie cutter type thing. It's all custom. It's all custom, and that's why a lot of even custom home builders come to us versus a lot of other companies, because it doesn't look like anyone else's. But yeah, when we see them from a distance, when we can see them from a helicopter, not that I was in a helicopter, but that's kind of prideful, and seeing them from another mountaintop, just massive structures. I think it gets my guys, riled up, especially when they start to stand up and put solar panels on them. Everybody on my crew ends up with a really good sense of camaraderie. Like, we did that as a crew, and it's almost like from that, like, my guys become this team or brotherhood. The camaraderie's there. It's a totally different experience than I've really had since the Navy. So it's a really good feeling.